what, say what, say what. Yeah, girl, you know what's up.
Hey goddess, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Messiah Elaine here, aka Goddessry of Me, and I'm going to be showing y'all how I do my DIY Gel X nail sets. This brand is known on TikTok Shop for their Gel X soft gel nails, their French tip kits, and all of the above. This is actually going to be my second kit with AILLSA. This is their nail tips and glue gel kit. It comes with everything that you're going to need for your new fresh set, including your colors, your cuticle oil, your French tip stamper, you name it. I'm going to go over everything that's in the box. But if you are new here, please welcome to the vibe. I always want to tell you guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. This channel is dedicated to my ladies and my women in their glow up eras, whether you have kids, no kids, man, no man, doesn't matter. This is the glow up era. We are in the era of becoming. So be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, hype the video up, hit that post notifications bell so that you are notified. So getting right into it. First, you saw me use the UV lamp. That is a UV lamp that is portable. You can take it anywhere. It has a USB charger. So dope. These are their nail tips, and I'm going to open them to just show you guys what I got. I got the almond shaped nail tips, and like I said, it may seem like I'm going fast at first, but I am going to, like, when I get into doing my nails later on in the video, I'm going to be thoroughly discussing like a lot of these items in the kit, what their functions are, what do they do, and the best ways to use them, because it was trial and error for me at first with the first kit that I received from them, which was their French tip nail kit, and those were in the shape of short square. And then I kind of got a hang of it because I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, you're supposed to make sure that when you cure, you're not supposed to see any bubbles or any, like, you know, things that's going to give away that it's going to lift or pop off soon. So I'm just walking through you guys through the motions of what this kit included. Here, I'm just showing you the gel polishes. I received 3 colors, and I'm going to be using this milky white as my base. I'm going to show you guys later. And then I also got this French tip stamper, which was vital in creating the look that you guys saw basically at the beginning of the video. Now, these did not come in the kit. These are going to be the OPI Expert Touch lint-free wipes. These are perfect for a mess-free application. If you want an application that's not going to cause you like stress, high blood pressure, I'm trying to tell you. My baby girl had to make a cameo because she knew her mother was about to get into the thick of it. Into the thick of it, okay? So I had to show her some love and affection, yes. And then first things first, we're going to buff our nails. Wash your hands first. Make sure that you have like no oiliness or food grease or whatever on your hands. It's going to make the process so much more easier. And then after I lightly buff, I'm going to just wipe off my nails. I have a file from Beetles where it came with a coarse side and a buffer side, and basically you just want to use the buffer side on your natural nails. You do not want to buff your nails with the coarse side of a shaper or a nail file, because this is going to take off too much of your skin and your nails. Then I'm taking my cuticle pusher, and I'm not a nail tech. I'm an esthetician, guys, but I do have some background in a little bit of, knowledge on nails. I just push my cuticles back. I'm not going to be snipping my cuticles, cutting them, or doing any Russian manicure type of inspired, situations, right? I'm going to keep it real cute, keep it real classy. Then you're going to want to size your nails. I size each and every nail, and then I lay the nails out flat. So you should have 10 nails total laying out flat because you've already pre-sized them. A good rule of thumb is if you're able to size the nail without no glue and it stays on your hand or stays tucked into your cuticle, then it's a perfect fit. If it pops off, usually it's a too tight of a fit. I don't usually go with that size. Or if you see extra space and the nail is now climbing onto the skin or the side of the nail beds, then it's too big. So that's kind of how I gauge if the size is perfect or not. If you're able to let your hand go and the nail stays in place, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a pretty good, decent fit, okay? Next, I'm going to use their nail dehydrator. This came in the kit. This is the AILLSA's nail dehydrator, and I'm going to go in with a few strokes on each and every finger. I like to do one hand first, and then I'll do the other hand after I adhere all of the nails on the hand that I started with, if that makes any sense, y'all, okay? There are two different nail glues featured in this kit. One is going to be like a swipe one formula, similar to the consistency of a top coat or a nail polish. I personally prefer the thicker glue, as you see that I'm using here, because it's just so bomb at really molding and laying. It's not messy. The nail doesn't slide everywhere, and literally, as you can see, it allows me to clean up the nail nice and perfect before I even go in and cure it. So this is where those lint-free wipes are going to come into play, because you're going to see like some of the glue kind of come out on the sides. Like, I'm sorry, only professional nail techs, you know, who do this for a living and do the damn thing at it, honey, is going to know exactly the amount of glue that you should be applying to avoid that. However, we are DIYing it, playing it by ear. So I'm putting a generous amount, like a little bit over a pea size for larger fingers and exactly a pea size for my pinky fingers. And I find that this works well as a nice guide on how much glue to use. Then you're going to want to press down until you see that there are no longer any air bubbles. I do this and I wipe the edges with the lint-free pad just to make sure that I'm cleaning up any excess or excess glue. I'm talking about excess glue. Okay.
Ooh, say what, say what, say what. Ooh, girl, you know what's up.
Oh yeah, that's the word.
Me and my people be rolling. Even on you and your lonely. Every day outside. All goes down in a holiday. Hit the park and party. Hope that you walk this way. You and your girl on the ride. Day all day, up on the line. Say what, say what, say what. You know that I like it, baby. Ooh, girl, you know what's up. And you know what I need. Ooh, say what, say what, say what. You know that I'm out it, baby. Ooh, girl, you know what's up. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. And you know what's up. What's up? Say I'm begging you. And I'm wanting you. So tell me what's up. What's up.
So this is what the nail tips look like, fully adhered and cured under the light, onto my hands now. And then I'm going to move on to my other hand and start adhering those tips as well. Like I said, I like to do one hand at a time to prevent any like heavy messes or just being overwhelmed with too much going on at once. So yeah.
Girl, you know what's up, and you know what I need. Say what, say what, say what. You know that I'm about it, baby. Girl, you know what's up. Oh, I'm digging you, baby. Yeah, and you know what's up, what's up. Say I'm digging you, and wanting you. So tell me what's up.
So baby, tell me what's up. Can we get into higher heights and when the path gets rough, we can get into brighter nights, breeze with peace and found by leaps and soul to reach by souls to keep the passion deep and filled with heat. Living this life on the hustle, I barely get enough time. You know me from the platinum, how I stack them and shine. You see a lot of contenders, they try to end up in my world. A reputation known as the untouchable girl. I'm moving on and now I'm trying to make a change in my ways. Be the best that I can be, the last be all of my days. Now we can place back ways, so just take our time. Better holler if you hear me, cause that's not gonna shine. My eyes don't lie, see how they listen when you pass me by. You and I don't need permission to be unified. Surely I done seen and heard of many places. Then I
Okay, goddess, now that we have all of our nails on our fingers, I'm going to go in and buff the top layer gently. Again, I'm going to be using the buffer or smoothing side of the file, not the coarse side. Now I'm going to take the gel color GB07 and I'm going to go in with that one and do 2 layers. It's like a milky white or like a pearl white. I kind of wanted that milky white French tip vibe going on. Now that I know I could put some more layers for my sister's wedding, I'm thinking about doing 3 layers of the milky white in GB07 and then doing the white for the French tip design. And I might go a little more stiletto. It just depends. But for this set, we're going to just do 2 layers and then cure in between each layer.
They all say, what for the lie? Say what, say what, say what? You know that I like it, baby. Girl, you know what's up, and you know what I need. Say what, say what, say what? You know that I'm about it, baby. Girl, you know what's up. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. And you know what's up. You know what's up. Say I'm begging you, and I'm wanting you. So tell me what's up, baby. Keep my vibes and I'm coming. Around you in the morning, looking fly with the sundress on. Wake up in the morning, coming on. Girl, you got me wide open. Waiting all day and I'm hoping. So baby, don't run. MCG, you know what I want. Say what, say what? You know that I like it, baby. Girl, you know what's up, and you know what I need. Say what, say what, say what? You know that I'm about it, baby. Girl, you know what's up. Oh, I'm digging you, baby. Yeah, and you know what's up, what's up. Say I'm feeling you, and wanting you.
A tip that I always love is working smart in between the layers. I cured all of the nails before moving on to my design. By doing this, you're allowing yourself to mess up, and it is okay. If you mess up, you don't even have to worry about it affecting your layers of gel polish that you've applied because you already cured it. So I am working in that type of way. I think that's how they even do it anyway. I feel like when you work in between layers, it leaves room for you to, wipe the nail off, start over, because Lord knows it took me like 30 minutes to get how to use this stamp. I still don't know how to use it, how you're supposed to use it, but it works for me. I dip my hands in the color and you're about to see. Now, as far as the stamp, you're going to want to buff a top layer because I decided to leave this little learning lesson in here. I'm polishing and I'm seeing my polish separate and I'm like, oh no, this is not the move. So I looked up on TikTok and saw some tips, y'all, and they was basically saying that you do not want to ruin your French tip nail stamper or your nail stamper in general. So the best way to clean it would be taking either Scotch tape, sticky tape, getting rid of the polish that way, or doing a lint roller of some sort, something that could just grab particles and not leave hairs and debris in the background. Once you're finished cleaning up and done with that, that's when you go in with your buffer and you buff a light layer on top of your nail stamper. This is going to create a nice base for your polish to just lay there and not separate. As you can see, the polish is going on way smoother than it did when I initially applied it to a regular stamper that's not prepped or etc. To avoid getting my, the back of my hands soaked in gel polish, because we just do not have time to do all that cleanup, I like to focus on the edge of the nail stamper. Whether you're doing this the way that you looked up on TikTok or a way that works for you, you're really basically just dipping the tip of your nail into the stamper, grabbing some color onto the nail, and then just turning your nail until you get the perfect shape that you want or the perfect smile line that you want to have. How deep it is depends on you. How far you push your nail in determines that, of course. And then when I'm done, I did go on the sides of the nail to perfect the French tip with a very skinny brush tool that I had from my Beatles kit, and it all worked out. And then, like I said, you're going to have to just trial and error. It's not going to take you all day to figure it out, but it's definitely going to take you a little minute if you're not used to using a nail stamper or achieving a French tip this way. Not gonna lie.
What's up? Oh, I'm digging you, baby. Yeah, and you know what's up, what's up. Say I'm feeling you and wanting you. So tell me what's up.
So baby, tell me what's up. Can we get into higher heights and when the path gets rough, we can get into brighter nights, breeze with pieces found by leaps and soul to reap our souls to keep the passions deep and filled with heat. Living this life on the hustle, I barely get enough time. You know me from the platinum, how I stack them and shine. You see a lot of contenders, they try to end up in my world. A reputation known as the untouchable girl. I'm moving on and now I'm trying to make a change in my ways. Be the best that I can be, to last me all of my days. Now we can place back ways or just take our time. Better holler better than you. So if you're serious, I'm curious to see what you got. My love is furious, cause I believe in blowing up spots.
I wanted to show y'all how I treat the detailing of the French tip after I'm done with the stamper. So basically I will just finish the line that I've already created with the stamper with this detailed brush, and then basically the whole entire look comes to life after that. And once I'm happy with the smile line, the thickness, how it curves onto the nail shape, that's when I'll go in and start curing the nails. Usually I'll do them all at once or one by one, and then I'll do a full cure with all of the nails in the bigger machine. Once all of the nails are done curing, I went in with the top coat, and then I cleaned off my stamper, just making sure that I get rid of all polish, all residue before storing it. This is going to ensure longevity of your stamper so that you don't have to worry about getting a new one, because you should be able to use it for a little minute, a cool minute actually. So yeah, that's the stamper. That's the capabilities of that. This is my finished look, and I'm now going in with some cuticle oil just to give some hydration back to my cuticles. And look at this. Tell me guys what you think in the comments. If you don't see yourself going to a salon soon, you can definitely achieve a beautiful set at home. Being a DIY girly, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm going to be finishing up with the cuticle oil that came with the kit, and you know, cuticles need love too, so you know, I'm going to go in, massage this into my cuticles and around my nails to give some moisture back and some hydration to the area. And this is going to be the finished look. Let me know how you guys like it. If you have any questions on the glue, the products, anything that was featured in the kit, I am very responsive and will be glad to answer your questions. And until then, I will see you in the next video.